guys, I'm Harsh Panchal, Assistant Professor in Chemical Engineering Department of LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. In previous video, we have introduced the ocean energy and we have seen how we can convert this ocean thermal energy into electrical energy by means of open cycle OTEC system and closed cycle OTEC system. Well, we have also introduced the tidal energy and says that it is the effect of gravitational pull of sun and moon on the water bodies of earth's surface. So in this video we will understand how we can convert this tidal energy into more useful form of energy. So let's get started with the operational method of utilizing tidal energy. Well, the generation of electricity from this tidal energy requires the difference in water level of ocean. There are two different methods of this operational method. One is single basin arrangement and another one is double basin arrangement. So let's understand what is single basin arrangement. This is the simplest type of arrangement for tidal power generation. It involves only one basin interacting with ocean. So these two, ocean and basin, are separated by barrage so that this ocean water can flow through this sluiceway and can generate electricity by means of generator and turbine assembly. Well, there are three different methods in single basin operation technique, such as single ebb cycle, next is single tide cycle, and lastly there is double cycle systems. So let's understand what is single ebb cycle system first. Well, ebb means water travel from land to sea. That means when water is falling down in the ocean, so water will travel from surface to the ocean. During flood tide, the water is allowed to pass through gate and fill the basin, so that when there is a low tide or when there is a ebb tide, we can generate electricity by passing this water to ocean again. So when this water passes from sluiceway to the ocean, it runs the turbine, and this turbine is connected to generator shaft which rotates and produces electricity. Here in this image you can see that during ebb tide, water from reservoir will travel through this sluiceway, rotating turbine and generator produce electricity, and ultimately water is discarded into ocean. So let's understand how one single tide produce electricity by single basin. Well, in this system, power generation take place during the flood tide. During flood tide, the sea gates are opened and water is admitted into the basin that runs the turbine and rotate the generator which produce electricity. The flood tide duration is shorter, hence large size of turbine is required, which ultimately increases the size of entire power generator. It has been estimated that the electricity produced by ebb cycle can be as much as 1.5 times than that of the flood tide cycle systems. So now let's understand how one double cycle system works. Well, here in this image you can see that the power generation take place during ebb tide and during flood tide as well. The generation of power is accomplished by the both time during emptying and filling the cycle. Since the direction of water flow alters but the reversible turbine run in either direction, so it produces electricity continuously. Here in this image you can see that one typical example of double cycle system in which water is admitted in the basin during the flood tide and it runs the turbine, and during low tide, that is ebb tide, water is again travel to ocean from the basin. This is how we can generate electricity twice with a single tide. So these were the all example of single basin arrangement for the generation of electricity by means of the tidal energy. Now let's see how we can generate electricity by using double basin system. Well, two basins are required in this type of arrangement. One called as upper basin and another basin called as lower basin. In this system, turbines are located in between two adjacent basins. During the flood tide, the turbines are shut down and gates of upper basin are opened, allowing the water to fill up the lower basin. As soon as the enough level is reached in a basin, the turbines are started and they rotate the generator and produce electricity, and this water is then transferred to lower basin producing electricity, and at the end of flood tide the upper basin is filled with water and its gates are closed. So when there is a ebb tide, level gets lower than the water level in the lower basin, its gates are opened and allow water to float in ocean. This is how they can rotate the turbine once again and we can produce electricity one more time. So with this type of basin arrangement, longer and continuous power can be produced. So this concludes the all operational method for the utilization of tidal energy. Now let's see how we can store this tidal energy. Well, this tidal energy is dilute in nature and it is not available continuously. Hence, some type of technology is always required so that we can store this tidal energy. The first type of storage is the flywheel storage. Well, flywheel is spun by connecting it to generator in order to absorb the power or energy generated by it. So this flywheel absorb all the energy generated by generator and it stores the energy in mechanical form. This energy can be returned to generator by decreasing the speed of flywheel. However, we can only store small quantity of energy by this means. So this is limited to short time of span. Now let's see the next device that utilize for the storage of tidal energy, and that is batteries. Well, batteries are mostly used and most reliable device to store this energy or electricity. Presently, batteries with aqueous solution of nickel and cadmium type are most commonly used. Since they are flexible and practical to use, most of the energy is stored by batteries. But these batteries are costly and they particularly well suited for the small plants. Since they are very costly, so the large amount of batteries will increase the capital cost of entire tidal power plant. Now let's see what is the next storage device for tidal energy, and that is compressed air storage. Well, air is compressed during off-peak periods and stored underground. The tidal are periodically in nature, so we have to store them by means of air. So this air is compressed and it stores the energy available in tidal energy. It can be used to run the gas turbine and provide electricity when required. The tidal energy can be used directly to drive the air turbine compressors. They produce electricity in a usual manner as the normal turbine produces. So this concludes the tidal energy. And now let's move to the last part of ocean energy, and that is wave energy. Well, the wind above the surface of ocean transfer its energy to the surface water of ocean, and hence waves are being generated. This is continuous phenomena. Waves keep forming on the ocean and they keep destroying on the surface and land near to the ocean or seashore. Here in this animation you can see that how these waves are behaving in the ocean. So now let's see some of the devices that convert this wave energy into more useful form of energy, and the first device is the wave energy conversion by float. The wave motion is preliminary in horizontal direction, but the motion of water is vertical. So mechanical power is obtained by float's up and down motion. This reciprocating motion or movement of this float is then converted into electricity by means of a gear and turbine assembly. Here in this animation you can see that one float is floating over the surface of ocean and it receives the ocean wave energy. Well, this float is set on a platform and it moves in up and down direction, as we have seen that in animation, with water over the ocean surface. This float is connected to piston and cylinder assembly under the ocean, where the air is compressed, and air turbine is run by this compressed air and produce electricity under the ocean surface. Now let's move to the next type of device that is used to convert this ocean energy into electrical energy, and that is high level reservoir wave machine. The pressurized water is raised or elevated to a natural reservoir above the wave generator, which would have to be near the seashore line. The water in reservoir is made to flow through a turbine which is coupled to an electrical generator which produces electricity, and this water is sent back to sea level. So this is how we can produce electricity by means of ocean wave energy. Now let's see one last ocean wave energy conversion device, and that is dolphin type wave power generator. This type of wave generator consists of a dolphin, float, connecting rod and two electrical generators. The float has a two motion. One is the vertical up and down and another one is the revolving or rotating motion. These both movements are amplified and converted by the gear into continuous rotary motion that drives the two electrical generator and produce electricity. Here in this image you can see that one float is floating over the ocean surface which receives the ocean wave energy, and it transfers this all motion to the electrical generator which is connected by the connecting rod. So this is how we can produce electricity by using the dolphin type of wave generator. This concludes all the wave energy conversion device and the chapter of ocean energy. We will see you in a next video. Till then, keep watching, keep learning. Thank you.